What's going on YouTube? Metal Complex here, and today we're going to be taking a look at some new arrivals, have to do the clap, and stuff that's coming soon to Blade HQ. We actually haven't done Blade HQ in a while, so there's a ton of new stuff, like an enormous amount of new stuff. I want to go over it. If you don't want to listen to the sound of my voice and look at my face and my hat that is destroyed that I won't replace, sorry, then that's perfectly understandable. You can actually check out these pages by clicking on the links down in the description. I'll make it convenient on you. It does help my channel when you use those links, but that's entirely up to you. Thanks to my patrons for supporting me. Please make sure to follow me on Instagram at metal_complex and on TikTok at _metal_complex. All right. I want to do... Yeah, we'll look at that pair of three here in a second. I want to look at new arrivals first. Wow, Ultim! Sometimes I like Ultim, sometimes I like it, and sometimes I don't. What I do like is the Hogue Deca. If you're new, right, and you're like, I don't really want to buy Chinese knives, that's okay. You can think whatever you want, right? If you want to buy USA stuff, and you're looking at the USA stuff and thinking, yeah, everything is like ultra expensive. It is. It's going to be if it's authentically made in the USA. But Hogue does a better job, in my opinion. There are a few brands that I think are doing a better job. Hogue and Kershaw, like the USA section of Kershaw. Yeah, that's where you want to look. They're also getting their materials heat-treated correctly. So, I mean, you don't have to buy the PP handles. I'll say it. Otherwise, my comment section will just be full of that. You don't have to buy the PP handles. It's fine, right? I mean, sometimes it looks good. They have lots of options. Definitely worth checking out, the Deca. Oh yeah, this guy. So number one, I'm a huge fan. Huge fan. Actually, I'm just going to go ahead and say it. I am the biggest fan of Sharp by Design ever. Anybody who says they're a bigger fan, they're lying to you. They have no idea. I'm the biggest fan of Sharp by Design. This is a new production model from Sharp by Design, the Derico. And it is kind of a raptor claw, hawksbill, reverse, not reverse, but recurve, whatever you want to call it. It's really cool. And it's a full-size knife. It's kind of like, imagine the, the Sharp by Design Evo Typhoon, but with like a nasty, like tactical raptor claw on the end of it. And it looks awesome. These are, I know people are looking at that price tag and going, if you have never handled one of these, if you've never handled it, the moment that you open the box, not just, it's all the senses at once. It is so immediately apparent that the quality of these things and the execution and the amount of, emotional effort that went into it, and maybe that's getting a little bit intense. The amount of effort that's put into those knives is off the charts. They cannot be compared with most things at the same price point. They also have the proprietary lipped detent system. It was created by, why am I so stupid? Brian Nadeau. There we go. Jeez, Brian Nadeau. I don't want anybody, don't go tell Brian Nadeau that Metal Complex forgot his name. I literally just talked with him. Yeah, the Brian Nadeau design knives, there's just a lot more that goes into them. And to my knowledge, these are still being manufactured by Riyadh. Whether or not Riyadh will actually, allow them to use their name, I don't know. But yeah, the lip detent system was designed and created by Brian Nadeau, and it is a much more crisp and just incredible feeling system versus a traditional detent ball. Wow, that was long-winded. Microtech Combat Troton Gen 3 in tan. It's not nearly as exciting as I made it sound. Man, the small Sebenza 31 in Magnica is now $575. Wow. Are the S35VN versions less expensive? Man, that's pricey for Magnacut. This guy right here, the Nitro OG. So I have this in the silver carbon. This knife is off the charts. Insane. It is insane. It looks so innocent sitting here. It just looks like, honestly, I'm going to tell you right now, this is what it looks like. It looks like an overpriced Wii knife. That's what most people are going to say. And most of the time, you guys would be right. this is what I would think just looking at this, but I have this thing here. Number one, it is huge. 8.87 inches. This is wide and tall. This is wide and tall. The pictures are not doing it justice. On top of that, I talked about this when I unboxed this knife, which you guys haven't seen. Or maybe you saw it. Maybe, yeah, I think that was last weekend. This has that magic sauce that we sometimes or slowly applying to like all of their new stuff. And when I say that magic sauce, I mean it is clearly manufactured with much more. Like, their stuff has always been great. But stuff like the Wii Solid and the Cybernetic, I think, is that the knife I'm thinking of? Hold on. Wii Cybernetic. Yeah. This thing and the Solid, they had some extra, they got the special juice. They got the special potion, right? It was like blacksmithing +4 and enchanting +7 was applied to these things just out of nowhere. So yeah, it's pricey, but this is one of those that has a magic sauce. Also, that bolster is super reflective and has like a peel ply texture to it. This picture just, it's such a trash picture. That knife is awesome. Peter Carey design as well. Wow, what is this? The Falcaria. There's no way that I pronounced that correct. It's in Damascus steel. That's a huge one too. I guarantee you that's got that same magic sauce. Wii Knives, whatever it is you're doing, they must have upgraded their equipment. They must have changed their manufacturing processes. It was just last year I noticed it. A distinct increase in quality on certain models. I bet you anything this one's going to be that. I got to ask him about this. This looks awesome. Wow, look at that. They got the lock bar is like, it's like a subframe, or kind of a subframe lock. Here we go. Here's the ones that are going to be a little less. Still pricey though. I mean, okay. Listen, if the price is going to go up, like, I just want to see some extra sauce. That's what I want to see. What's this? That is cool. Look at that. There's like cracked titanium on there. That's really cool. Okay. Yeah, 8.86 inches. But also, come on now. 58 to 60 HRC. I'm going to keep saying it. It's just not an acceptable. Why? That one's not even coated, is it? This one doesn't even say 5961. So that one must be some sort of coating. Polished gray. Yeah. Really wish they could get their numbers a little higher there, but still very cool. Is this the... So I have the CVV Elementum here with the little razor on it, and it's cool. Actually, $42, I'm not upset. It doesn't have a quick release for the razor though. That's something that a lot of these companies are not getting right. I mean, it's fine. You just, nobody wants to like dick with a fastener. You just want a quick release. Otherwise, it's not better. It's more expensive and less convenient than a typical utility knife, right? I know those utility knives, there must be like an army of utility knife enthusiasts that like stalk the comment section of every knife channel and just wait for an opportunity to tell people that utility knives are less expensive and more convenient. Thanks, we know. The reason that we don't, the reason that so many of us carry pocket knives and not utility knives is because they are freaking boring! That's why. It's literally that simple. So it's not like people are just completely unaware and so willing to be ripped off by a $40 utility knife. No, we are literally bored to tears with the Milwaukee Fastback. Nobody cares, right? But here's the thing. If you're going to pay extra money for a box cutter or a utility knife that you could go to Home Depot and buy for $5 to $10, the least that these companies could do is give us like a quick release. Unless I'm wrong, unless I'm mistaken. But the one I have seems that you got to like take the screw off. All right. So here's the PM2 with CPM Spy 27. What is CPM Spy 27? That's Spyderco's proprietary blend of steel. It is a CPM steel. It is a powder steel. And it is somewhere in the vicinity of S30V, S35VN, and S45VN. I think it's pretty similar to S45VN, but I feel like S45VN has more chromium. I'm not really sure. It's a good steel, though. Definitely a good user steel and absolutely designed for pocket knives. I trust Spyderco on that, and yeah, you're good to go there. Tuya Alamo? That looks really familiar. Is that an integral? Tuya Alamo frame lock. Not. Why are they not? Hold on. Blade, opener handle, durable titanium handle, lightweight. Hold on. Why? What? Blade HQ and Tuya. Why would you not openly advertise this as an integral? That's what this is. It's $400. That's the thing that caught my attention, is $400, which would be really pricey if it wasn't an integral. And sure enough, it's an integral. That's really cool. It's 8¼ inches. M390. Guys, why would you not like make this a huge highlight? This looks awesome. So for those, if you don't know, an integral, it means instead of two pieces of titanium that are screwed together with, you know, fasteners and standoffs and a backspacer, which is what we typically see, the entire frame is milled from a single block of titanium. And yes, it's made in China, right? A lot of people are like, oh, China, so it can't be. No, they still have costs. This is still ridiculously expensive to do. To put it into perspective, doing this in the United States, like the Sonora that's made by Machine Wise, is one of the most impressive and least expensive USA integrals on the market. And that sucker still costs $650, right? So, perspective there. It is pricey to do. Just because it's made in China doesn't mean that a handful of pennies and nickels is what it costs to make it. That's not right. I don't know where you're getting that information. But no, this is actually really impressive. My knife that I'm trying to design and have manufactured, which the goal was to make it as inexpensive as possible, mine is an integral. And I cannot tell you how difficult it is to get the final price tag under $400 or right at $400. This is really impressive. Integral. They need to put that in the title. Opener. Does it say it anywhere? The Tuya Knife Alamo stands out with its user-friendly design and classic aesthetics, featuring a clip-point blade, non-stick, blah blah blah, traditional Bowie knife. Compound grind. This frame lock makes it. It's like they forgot that it was an integral. Why they're like really proud of the Bowie blade? They're like, it has a Bowie blade. That is not the selling point. Honestly, if I was Tuya, I'd be mad at this listing. God, that looks like an awesome knife. Okay, well now you know it's an integral. Unless I'm just missing a seam. No, that is an integral. Dude, that looks awesome. That makes me want to reach out to Tuya and see if we can get one on the channel just so it gets the right... I about said so it gets the right recognition, as if the only way for any knife model to get any recognition is by showcasing it on my channel. That was very pompous, and that's not what I meant at all. Okay, anyways. Spyderco Para 3, brown canvas micarta, and crew wear for $206. That is a wonderful EDC knife. Absolutely wonderful. Crew wear is a fantastic steel. Everybody thought because I didn't rank it as like S tier for premium that means I don't like it when I did my tier ranking video, and people just blatantly, aggressively tried to misunderstand how I ranked the steels in that video. It was basically just how expensive they are to put on a knife, right? And people just would not accept that definition and decided for themselves what my ranks meant. Crew wear is one of the best EDC steels that you can get on a knife if you don't absolutely need the best corrosion resistance. There are a lot of really, really great EDC steels, but the balance of crew wear is very good for day-to-day stuff, and in some situations where you really have to use your knife hard, crew wear is excellent. I love my Para 3. It's one of my favorite EDC knives of all time. Out of everything that I've ever carried, I think I've probably carried the Para 3 the most. Yeah, I think a crew wear version of that is excellent. Get yourself some original goat scales on that bad boy. Woo, that's a legendary EDC. I'll tell you what, I got links for original goat, USA original goat scales down in the description. Hey, here's an auto that everybody asks me about. Everybody. The PDW Invictus, or Prometheus Design Works. This is a collaboration with ProTech. Go to the... There we go. I was clicking on it, and it was just like, what do you want me to do? Okay. Whoa! No! Wait a second. I was about to say a whole bunch of nice stuff. Protec. No. This cannot be... Hold on a second. Because of all of the flaws that I see with Blade HQ listings, I'm inclined to believe that this is just not right. In the case of Wii Knives, that listing of HRC is correct. I know that because it's in the paperwork that Wii sends me directly when they send me stuff. But this looks like an error. There's no way. Okay, let me talk about the PDW Invictus. This is a collaboration with ProTech and Prometheus Design Works. It's an awesome automatic knife. I still own The Gathering 12 edition with the green switch. It is wonderful. Any version of the PDW Invictus is wonderful, but this is an automatic version. I love it. Okay? It's freaking expensive. It's way more expensive than it used to be, but it's also got MagnaCut now, and the old one had CPM 154. MagnaCut is an expensive steel. That is one. I always say, not nearly as much of the cost goes into the steel as people think, but there are exceptions. Steels like MagnaCut, yeah. MagnaCut, Vanax, right? A lot of those steels are hyper expensive. So is there a little bit of extra markup there because of the hype of MagnaCut? Yeah, but it's not like it has to be one or the other. It's a little bit of everything. That being said, if Blade HQ is correct about this and ProTech is actually hardening MagnaCut to 59, that is what we call in this channel poo-poo town. No. I think MagnaCut really needs to be like bare minimum 61. A lot of people would say, no, Complex, your brain's full of confetti and spaghetti. 62. I think a lot of people say 62 to 64. Personally, 61 to 64. I want to say that's Laren Thomas's, like the guy who designed the steel was like, here's the range. Maybe it was even lower. Maybe it was like 60 to 64, something like that. 59 is a no. It's hard pass. That's what everybody made fun of Medford for that. Like, we've already got, everybody should know. Like, don't be like, guys, it's MagnaCut, and then like make it 15. Don't do that. You can't. I really want to believe that's just an error on Blade HQ's end. Wow, dude, that is so cool. Oh my gosh, I love that color. They're doing M390 MK on these now, huh? I thought mine was just a regular... Yeah, here we go. The Gen 3 comment... No, it says that's just Gen 3. There's a good chance that while I'm doing this video, I have a booger hanging out of my nose, and I'm just not going to edit it. You guys are just going to have to... Everybody's pausing the video and trying to zoom up on my face right now. Is there? Whatever. It's just thousands of people. The blade is now Bowler M390 MK, Microtech's proprietary steel. If you want to know what M390 MK is, it is literally M390 with a top hat. I don't know. I think they make it slightly easier to machine, and I don't know that Microtech is doing what the community considers to be the best heat treat on it, so whatever. I don't really care about that, but I do like the... I mean, I do. Don't get me wrong. But I do like the color. What are we calling this? Color black blue. Yeah, aqua, whatever. I think that looks really cool. Wow! Relic. Ooh! Ooh! That is sick. Oh my gosh, that might be the coolest. Oh man, I love this knife. I love this knife. So... yeah, this is Chad Nichols Damascus. When you guys read this over here and it says Damascus, a lot of people go, I don't know. When you see Chad Nichols Damascus, you're good to go. That is super premium stuff. If you're not familiar with Chad Nichols Damascus, he has a website. Go over there and read. He talks about everything that goes into that stuff. It is ridiculously premium Damascus, and it's a dark etch. Probably one of the better, if not the best, like dark etch Damascus you see on premium knives. This is not the same stuff. Like if you're like, I bought a Damascus knife on Amazon the other day for $24. You did not buy the same thing. You bought aluminum cans and, like gum wrappers made into Damascus. That's what you bought. I mean, if you like it and it works, that's great. But you didn't buy the same thing. Damascus is referring to, I don't know who the reason I'm doing this is because there's like 200,000 new people here, and you guys all came from YouTube Shorts, which, to put it nicely, none of you know very much. Like the YouTube Shorts groups of I don't know what it is about that area of YouTube, but you guys all assume you know everything, and you're barely aware of anything outside of the Walmart knife display. And it's the most combative, aggressive, mindless group. I just don't understand. It sounds really mean, right? And it's because it is. But yeah, it's not the same thing. And I'm saying this so that I can explain to people, not to be pompous, but I mean, maybe a little bit. I'm a little bit petty. But to make people understand, there's so many people, and it's YouTube Shorts people, all assume that Damascus is just Damascus. It's a type of steel. No, it describes the combination of two or more compositions. So Damascus can be anything. And there's crap Damascus, and there's premium Damascus. It's not magical wizard crap that it's Damascus, so it's that's what people think. And I know that those of you who have been watching my channel and others like my channel for a long time, the channels that came before mine, right, the people who engage in the long form content and are a part of the core community, you guys understand this. You guys know this. But this new flood of goofballs coming from the growing YouTube Shorts knife community, oh my gosh, they are the loudest and the least educated, and it's just absurd. So, but truthfully, it's very unlikely they're watching this because it isn't a 30-second video, or it isn't a 10-second video of somebody jingling keys in front of their face, right? That's so mean. Okay. This is the Prometheus Design Works SPD UFO actually looks really cool. That's made in the USA? Really? Wow. Okay. I'd be really curious. So I thought for sure at that price, I was like, no way. Yeah, okay. All right. MagnaCut, no idea what it's being heat treated to. We have aluminum and G10. This almost certainly comes in a lot of different colors, right? That looks awesome. That looks really cool. I love that there's a phase switch on it. I'm a big fan. You can think whatever you want. The phase switch knives are, in my opinion, better positioned. I really like that. Now I'm really interested in looking at that. This is what the AKC Roma. I did a YouTube short. It's a great example of like a knife that everybody in the YouTube. Let's say this. So the video I did of this got millions of views. And there were so many people going, now that's an authentic, now that's a premium. That's what a real knife. This is a piece of garbage. It's absolute trash. It's one of the worst quality. First of all, these knives in general, even the best versions of these, are super fragile. Super fragile, right? AGA Camplins, Latamas, there's a bunch of other custom brands. Even then, the most premium ones are really not very good. Cutting geometry's bad. Steel's very basic, right? It's almost like a novel. It's just like a thing that was, used as like a, back in the day. And they're neat. I love them. I think they're really cool. But this one, I remember picking it up because I was like, yeah, it's like $100, and I bought it from PVK. And I got it, and I was like, wow, this is actual garbage. It's complete trash. So this is the type of knife that the YouTube Shorts community considers to be a real knife. It's not. Stay away from these. If you're gonna buy, truthfully, I'm not even really a big fan of the Frank Beltrame or Beltram, however you want to say that. I'm not even a big fan of those. I think the nicest ones out there, if you can find AGA Camplins, that's kind of where it starts. I think the Latamas seem really nice. I've never actually handled one. But I hear a lot of good things. But these types of knives will, if you're like brand new to pocket knives, then sure, like pretty much anything's going to impress you. Like we've all been there. But, man, this... I sound so nose in the air today. It's because I'm drinking a purple. The purple monsters got me all sassy. Anything's going to be impressive to you if you've never, experienced this corner of the knife world. But if you have been, if you've been like let's say you bought your first Microtech Ultratech and it just blew your mind. If you turn around and buy an AGA Camplin swing guard, you're going to be like, wow, this is kind of garbage. Like, it's not really going to, it's got visible fit and finish issues, right? And those are some of the better ones. So yeah, what I'm saying is don't buy these. These are gross. Not worth $100 at all. In fact, I bet you anything, these are all going to say Damascus, which again, who knows? They're not going to tell you what's in there. Talked about this. I like that little fixed blade. It's cool. The Rin ZDP, this is one on the smaller side. I will never understand these. Oh, does it like sink in? That's kind of cool. I mean, I don't like the positioning of the pocket clip, but this pocket clip obviously like gets sucked down into the handle. I like Rockstead knives, but as time goes on, I think they are severely overpriced. A lot of people, will say things like, those should be like a few $100s, and those people are wrong. But do I think that this knife should be $2,300? No, I think it should be down under $1,500. I think there's an absurd amount of markup in these. They are definitely head and shoulders above, you're buying a knife that is definitely worth over $1,000. But $2,300, no. It just seems insane to me. What else do we have here? Man, we're already 9 pages in. Really got caught up in listening to myself talk. Wow, there's Hawk shortcuts sitting here. Latch lock why is this one so... Oh, this is a pre-order? But why is it so much more expensive? Because bronze? What? Okay. Okay, yeah, I mean, why is that one it's $100 more to make it slightly brown? The Hawk shortcut it's a Hawk, right? These are custom made. So, you look at this and it's just a box cutter. Yeah, it is. But the only people buying these are people who know exactly what it is. They're small batch, custom made, custom machined, in-house, in the USA, every last bit of it, right? Nobody needs it. It's the type of thing that collectors and enthusiasts buy after they are already well-versed in how much money is going into what, in that very specific corner of the internet. Most people will never pick something like that up. Still tempted by the Riot T6000. That looks awesome. Also kind of tempted by the Scapegoat. Are we getting back? Are we getting to the point where we are repeating? You know what? I saw this the other day and I was like, man, at $23, I'm tempted to see. Because we never, ever see modern swing guards. Now, this right here, Elite Tactical, this is the type of thing that you actually see at a gas station. Like, when people say gas station knives, I don't know when that term became like a word that you just say when you don't like how something looks. But what a gas station knife, like the branding for this is authentic. It's gas station, branding. That's what it looks like. Like the crosshairs, they're like, we got to appeal to the gun guys because, if we put crosshairs on it, then people will think it's serious because guns are serious. And also, let's use words like elite and tactical. Oh my God, elite tactical. That being said, I did notice... Wait. Yeah. It says the blade material is D2. I very much doubt it has any type of reliable heat treat on it. But what's interesting here is that it has a crossbar lock and is very obviously a swing guard. Now, why they don't have any pictures of it in the closed position, I'm not sure. But by materials alone, the $23.95 isn't the worst price tag. I'm actually kind of... I would love to see more modern swing guard knives. What's the benefit? Not really anything. The the Walgreens ninjas will tell you that it's for fighting, you know, because they do a lot of knife fighting. And okay, maybe. Really, I just like that the swing guard folds against the body. I always think that's really cool. This is obviously a manual opening knife. My question is, how is it supposed to open? Is this, as this comes down, is this a thumb stud and we just can't see it? Because that would be kind of neat, right? I think swing guards create more inconvenience for day-to-day EDC than anything, right? And the knife, despite what the billboarding suggests, is not going to give you a tactical advantage when you are fighting off terrorists behind the dumpster at Walgreens. But it does look cool, right? There's another one right here. The guardsman. Yes, the guardsman. The elite tactical guardsman rapid lock. Rapid lock? The lock is rapid? It's a crossbar lock. D2 and aluminum. I'm legitimately tempted to buy that. It actually looks kind of cool. I hate the branding. God, that branding is stupid. Hey guys, like, we're from the gun community. You can trust us. Okay. Is there anything else here? God, this was the most sarcastic shot. There's people who are gonna like let me know in the comments that they unsubscribed to me because of this particular video. Coming soon. Riot XO U is very cool. I love that one. If you're gonna blow a bunch of money on a utility knife, get the gravity one, right? For sure. Still, the Bodacious is still coming and still $262 for some reason. Manix 2XL in brown. Crewwear. Oh, man. I love me a good Manix 2XL. That's such a cool knife. So is this. This knife is awesome. It's a Civivi. It's $91, but it's Nitro V. 9.31 inches. I just love that look with the little guard and the, it's not really a dagger. It's just a sweat. It's not perfectly symmetrical. It's done on purpose to keep this edge, which is the only sharp edge. It's got a little bit better geometry, and it's hollow ground. This is just a very large swedge. It's a spear point blade, but it's so cool. I have it here. Anything else worth noting? Anything else? I don't think so. A lot of stuff. Oh, they have a black Bodacious. I guess I should have seen that coming. A lot of new stuff at Blade HQ, for sure. A lot of stuff that is absolutely not worth buying, but a lot of stuff that definitely is. That's the whole, that's really the whole purpose of this, is just to point out what I think is interesting and what I think is not. Something I haven't been doing is reading the reviews under knives, because sometimes the people who leave reviews are just hilarious, and I need to go back to doing that. I didn't see any today, but if you guys try and help me remember, then I'll try and do it in the future. Anyways, thank you so much for sitting through this very pompous and sarcastic shop along. Like I said, links for these pages will be down in the description. You guys can check them out if you want to. Thanks again for watching. Please make sure to follow me on Instagram at metal_complex and on TikTok at @the_metal_complex. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like. If you'd like to check out my other content, I do, of course, have lots of videos of knives that are either expensive or inexpensive that I do or don't like, so check those out. And if you enjoy all my content, go ahead and click on that Metal Complex logo right there and subscribe, because there's definitely more coming. Thanks again for watching, everybody, and have a great day.